No ring yet?
No ring. It's only been 4 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this projection of a year is your time stamp.
It's not a time stamp, but I would like that. I mean, I'm 31. So I'm ready to go ahead and get...
Fair enough. I'm 34. I'm not engaged. I'm not married.
I don't want to put too hard of a timeline on it, but I am ready to go ahead and make that. Like, I mean, I've been working. I've been in corporate America for 10 years.
Let me ask you, what makes you want to be a wife?
Well, yes, because as a woman, that's what you should be expecting from a man. You shouldn't be laying down with a man for 10 years like, oh, what are we doing? What the fuck you mean, what are we doing? So if you want in-house pussy, you need to get me a ring.
Did you,
Period. Like, what? Like, we can have our fun, but like, if you, I'm not doing your laundry. I'm not doing wife shit as a girlfriend. And most men are getting wife shit from girlfriends, and girls are not even girlfriends. And so they don't feel no incentive.
What exactly is wife shit? What does that consist of?
Sacrifice.
Okay.
Sacrifice.
Tell me more.
Sacrifice.
Sacrifice of what? Because you mentioned laundry, so give me some other...
Sacrifice of self. Like, this is what I want to do when I want to do it, how I want to do it. And when you are a girlfriend, you can do that. When you are a friend, you can do that. Okay. When you are a wife, you have an obligation. Period.
Okay.
That's just what I think. So when I'm your girlfriend, like, whatever plan you have, it's still your plan for you and your wife.
Yeah.
Whoever that may be. I'm thinking that could be me, but that could very well not be me.
Right.
You know, but when I'm your wife, I am in this with you. So I need to make equal sacrifices for that plan.
Right. So coming from somebody who's been in a relationship for 3.5 years, no ring because I don't want one, no marriage because I'm not interested.
That's different though.
Right? I think what makes it so different is not only how we were brought up. You were brought up in a household where there was marriage. There was something to emulate what that looks like.
And nobody's been like unmarried. Like my grandma was married, her mom was married, my mom was married.
So I come from a line of single women, right? But I also come from a line of single women who bust their ass and walked away from every relationship with a wet pussy and a dry purse.
Damn.
So now that I'm at where I'm at, my focus now, and maybe this will change in a year, 2 years, 5 years, I don't know.
What was that? One more time for the camera.
So my family, the women in my family were all single. Single moms. They carried the bag. They made the bag. And they all walked away from every relationship they ever had with a wet pussy and a dry purse. And it's been that way through the generations, right? My grandmother, my mother. The difference is it stopped here with me.
Right.
So when I look at my lifestyle and I see where I'm going, my projections, right? $250,000 this year, $1 million next year. I'm looking at marriage very, very different.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it as a contract from the law, who we're not 100% fans of anyway. You know, we don't like being told what to do. So when the law says you have to do something some kind of way, I'm out. Right? And the reason why I'm not thrilled and head over heels about marriage is because all of the things that women look for in a husband or in a not the husband, take the husband out, in the marriage, in the union, I have right now. I have the security, I have the peace, I have the person.
Do you feel like it would change if y'all were to do that contract?
I don't necessarily think it would change, but it wouldn't add anything. Because I have it already.
It would add something, though.
It would
there
add
are over 300. No, there are over 312 financial benefits to being married.
Yeah,
the money you would save via your taxes.
That depends on how much money you make. And
well, if we're at $250,000 and $1 million, it's gonna save.
Well, we're a lot more than that.
Oh well,
so
it's gonna save a lot. You're actually giving the government more because you don't have that contract.
I mean, I have kids, so that's
okay. We got the kids.
There's the contract. Twice over. So for me, it's like, you know, the protection that women may see in a union, I see quite the opposite. My protection is not signing that legal contract in that document, having the power to be able to say, this does not serve me any longer, and I'm ready to grow into something else. And how I look at it is, as long as he continues to do what he does, fuel me. I like what you said about, he invests in me, he pours into me, he teaches me something every day. The day that he stops doing that, I have the opportunity to say, okay, this isn't serving us anymore. Let's go on our own paths, our own way. There's nothing to separate, nothing to split, no nasty divorce, no drama. We don't have children together, so it's a little bit of a different perspective, right? I'm not having any more children.
Okay.
Neither is he.
Right.
So that's a big key ingredient.
True.
So all of those pieces that, a single woman your age with no children would experience, a woman like me, who a lot of my students, 90% of my students have kids. So a woman like me who already has their children, maybe they don't want any more, maybe they're open to it, whatever. They see marriage as a different, it's a contract.
Yeah, you definitely see it different once you've actually done it. And I was saying that earlier, like once I actually do it, I'm sure I'll feel different as well. But I want to give it my best.
No, this
effort.
fairy tale you're creating, sis, is absolutely can be a reality. You know what I mean?
It will be.
You just,
if not with him, with someone else.
I was just about to say, if you just are open to it being what God got for you, whether it's this guy or whether it's another guy or whatever the case may be. But I really, really am impressed by your planning, because that is rare. Like that's,
I mean, you kind of have to.
Thousands of women.
You kind of have to, but you have to actually have to live and learn on that. And like, it's funny because
stand 10 toes down on it too.
That too,
because it's
good. Hard to keep your word to that sometimes with other like fleshly pleasures and things of that nature. But I would love for you to talk to one of my cast members who's 37 and never had a real relationship, never been in love. You know what I'm saying? And like, what I was trying to express is like, it's dangerous for you because you haven't learned these lessons.
So much to take advantage of.
They see you and they're like, perfect.
Got one.
I got one. I can just do whatever. No kids. She wants kids desperately.
Successful?
Moderately. Flight attendant. So
Not a bum.
Takes care of herself.
Well traveled. So she's seasoned.
Yeah. And so for me, when someone says something like that, like I'm 37, I've never been in a relationship, I've never been in love, I'm like, why you been letting these niggas play with you all these years?
What do you define love as?
Commitment. Because every day I'm not going to really be rocking with you like that. Right. But I've made a decision to be committed to you and to uphold the certain values or promises that I've made. Right. So, like, I mean, over a course of a marriage, like, even, like, when I'm not rocking with you, like, every year ain't gonna be good. Like, there's some years, like, this was not a good year. Right. You've been on my last fucking nerves.
So let me plant a small seed.
Okay.
When we look at love as an emotion and a feeling and a commitment, that falls under contract, obligation. When we look at love as an action, and you are measuring his actions, which you've done, it sounds like, because from what the information you've given thus far is,
how do you measure it, though?
Here is how he, exactly what he's doing.
Because if he's been doing great for 6 years
every day,
and he has this 1 year that he's not, are you going to just walk away because that 1 year he wasn't living up to his part of the commitment?
When does the 1 year end? Because it's time we're talking about. So if
after the year,
so you go,
it was like one long year.
You go into this year, right? And it's month 1, and you're like, okay, maybe it'll get better. It's month 2, maybe it'll get better. It's 6 months in, maybe it'll get better. It's 9 months in, maybe it'll get better. He's just going through something. Now it's month 13. Do you say, no, I'm leaving because it's been a year? Time's up.
There has to be a time frame, but there has to...
Do you see why it needs to be action?
Yeah, but there has to be grace. You have to give them some kind of grace.
It doesn't mean it has to be perfect. It means he has to always remain
the effort
in action.
Right.
Yeah.
And if he's falling short, I'm not going to leave because you're falling short, because I wouldn't want you to leave me if I'm falling short. I don't know the kind of
falling short is different.
I'm going to be when I lose my mom, when I lose my dad. I don't know what's going to happen. But what I want to know is... Yeah, but what if I do? Because I'm depressed. Because I'm in a space I don't know how to go on.
So how long do you get to stop wifing before?
Well, we will discuss that with the therapist. But I'm taking the effort. I'm taking the effort to go to therapy with you. I'm not saying I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
I'm making the effort to go to therapy to actually taking action. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. And so as long as people are taking action, I feel like we should be able to.
Absolutely.
There's going to be the ebb and flows. And I just feel like this generation is so like, if you're not doing what I want right now, like I'm done and I'm over you. And no one has duty anymore. And no one has commitment
love
anymore.
as a feeling. Your grandmother and your grandfather were not together for 20, 30, 40, 50 years because they loved each other. That's not true.
I don't even know if they loved each other when they got married.
Of what they did for each other, how they showed up, how they supported each other. Mm-hmm. So if we retrain our brains for the idea of love, right? Your friend, your 30 back to friend who's never had a relationship, never been in love. It's because she's never figured out. Ooh, I know ladies hate this, but she's never figured out what she brings to the table. The action is absent, and so no man is going to fall in feeling with her because the actions are missing. You see, she doesn't set the standard for the action on his end.
Right.
So there's no love.
Right.
Because love is an action. It is not a feeling.
And I exactly agree. Because you're not always going to feel that way about them. But you have a duty and you made a commitment. And so we're going to work through the ebbs and flows. New guy, wants kids. Has a 5-year-old. So young child. We can still do the blended family thing. Okay. And he wants more kids. He wants a daughter, though. He sends me, like, little pictures of girls on Instagram all the time. Like, this is what our daughter would look like. And stuff like that. He's really cute.
So it sounds like y'all are on the same page. Yeah, that sounds like smooth sailing.
Yeah, I mean, he's a Sagittarius, though, so it's not smooth.
I was going to say, what's the bump in the road? There's always a bump in the road.
The bump
if
in the
it's
road
not the 5-year-old, there's something.
Somewhat of a cultural difference. He's Jamaican. He came to America when he was 9, 10 years old.
So he don't need no pussy?
Nah, he don't need no pussy.
Damn.
Fine as fuck. He's gotten a lot of pussy. But he's like ready to chill. Like he's like, I want to build something with somebody. Like I'm ready. Like I've been there, done that.
Right.
Like I'm ready to do something for real with somebody. Like I really am. And he's been very intentional since day one.
No ring yet?
No ring. It's only been 4 months.
Okay. Yeah. So this projection of a year is your time stamp.
It's not a time stamp, but I would like that. I mean, I'm 31. Okay. So I'm ready to go ahead and get.
Fair enough. I'm 34. I'm not engaged. I'm not married.
I don't want to put too hard of a timeline on it, but I am ready to go ahead and make that. Like I mean, I've been working. I've been in corporate America for 10 years.
Let me ask you, what makes you want to be a wife? Like what makes you want to be from girlfriend to wife? Like what's the difference?
Well, one, I want to be secure in my investment. Because I invest a lot of time, energy, and effort into him, and I just want to know that we're in this together. Even though he tells me we are, there's no real security like that.
So you feel it's not the ring, it's not the wedding, it's
the
more
marriage.
of the legal.
The like even when we first get married, I'm cool with like just.
So what if he says he wants a prenup?
Oh, we're definitely getting a prenup because I come from my family did very well, and I stand to inherit quite a few things. So I don't want that to be. That's the only
thing. So when you say
say
security, if it's not financial, what is it?
I mean, it's financial, but it's also just the validation for our children. Like me knowing that like my parents got married, they wanted me, they planned me. I want to give my kids that same validation. They deserve that.
Fair enough. That's a really good reason. That's honestly one of the most logical explanations behind marriage. And I'm a dating coach, so I hear that I have this conversation every day, and a lot of ladies ask me like, well, why aren't you married? Because I don't want to be. I got 2 kids. I ain't having no more kids. They don't need validation. Both their fathers are in their lives. I had them when I was much younger. I'm 34 now. I have no need to bring in that piece of connection. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I was curious to know what, if it's usually women marry for, financial commitment, protection.
For sure that as well, because I want to homeschool. Like both of my brothers were homeschooled. I want to homeschool. I want my kids to know about their heritage, like straight up. I didn't even learn that until I went to college. Right. Like I just want, the world is getting to like a weird place. And I just want to keep them at home and for them to have that solid foundation.
So what if you get pregnant before the ring comes?
He better give me that ring before I have that baby. Because all of our names going to be the same on his birth certificate.
Okay, they still could be the same. I
How?
mean, eventually you can get married together and your names could be the same. You're not gonna put your last name on the baby's birth certificate, right? You put the father's last name.
No, you have to put both y'all names on there. Whatever y'all legal names
in
are
terms in terms of like the baby's last name,
right? But
so you want the
all
certificate
of our
to
names
match.
should be the same. I look at my birth certificate. All of our names are the same.
Are you taking measures to make sure that doesn't happen before?
But I'm also not really giving him much access to that because I'm very serious. Like,
okay.
It's been 4 months and it's honestly only happened twice.
Okay.
I'm not playing with you.
Yeah. Mm-mm. So do you feel like refraining from sex is giving him more incentive to lock you in?
It's mutual right now.
Okay.
Actual.
Well, that's good.
Because I'm his space to take off that. You know what I mean?
Right,
take off
the
that.
escape.
And it's not sexual. It's nurturing, you know?
Right.
And so we're both like on the same page about that. Now, once the business starts like going, because this is several.
Stress is a killer, man. Stress is a sex killer
for men.
Yeah, it is.
Such a killer
it really is.
So I don't know what it's going to be like once that's
probably going to slow up the ring process as well. So the faster you help him get to that point with the business bumping, the more
faster
he
I can get
has
the business
to be able to, not just time, but financially, I'm sure he wants to give you the wedding of your dreams, right?
I'm not a big wedding person. Like, I just want the ring and you need to get us a house.
Okay.
Like, we can just...
But that's not cheap.
A house?
Yeah, right? You want a nice house, right?
I do want a nice house, but it'll be a starter house. Like, we both really like the beach, and he's already in the process of buying a condo.
Well, shit, a beach house, that's $1 million. That's $1 million expense right there.
I mean, not $1 million. It's like his price range is like $350.
On a beach? Where?
We live in Miami.
You can get a house on a beach in Miami for $350?
No, it's not a house. It's a condo.
Okay. I was like, wait a minute.
Nah, it's a 2-2 condo.
What part of Miami?
That's all you can get on the beach in Miami.
That's why I'm like, wait a minute. What part of Miami are you going to?
Yeah,
so I can get me a flight.
Check
out the real estate in Miami.
You're not getting no house on the water.
No, you're getting a box.
You're getting
a very nice one.
2,000 square foot if you're lucky.
A luxury big box.
A luxury big box.
Yeah.
Open concept big box.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to support him through these new ventures and, just be there for him.
Well, all I can say is that it sounds like you really have your agenda planned out. It sounds like you're supporting him in the areas he needs. And from what I know in my lots of experience, I helped put a lot of rings on a lot of women's fingers.
Give me a ring. One that I want to keep.
The biggest tip or advice, unsolicited advice that I could give you is to alleviate the pressure points so that he can focus back on you, wedding, house, condo, kids. Like, he's racking up that bill in his mind and he's like, wait, I just dumped hundreds of thousands of dollars into this.
Right.
Let me build up this so that I can protect and provide for this. Right. So this is like the catalyst. And if this takes him 3 years to get off the ground before it's really making money, you're going to be waiting a little while for that ring.
Yeah, but that's why I said I don't need the wedding. I don't need the wedding. Like, we can be...
So men don't marry a woman unless he's 100% sure he can protect and provide
for her.
Yes. So if he feels like this business is in a shaky space in any way, shape, or form...
No, it's not shaky. It's just... It's
getting
just
started.
It's just... No, it has a trajectory. Like, once they open, like, it's going to be fine, but it's just the building process of getting it...
It's nerve-wracking.
Going,
It's nerve-wracking. I've watched my own man build his companies up. I've watched several of my students go through the same process. And honestly, that's really their only delay, is when their man is stressed out.
Yeah.
There's no dun.
I don't want him to be stressed, so I really try to be that space.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'll be like, because I'm more so like ready to be a mom.
Okay.
Like, I'm ready to make that transition. Like ready. And it's not even about the biological clock, but at the same time, I want to be as young as possible.
Right.
But I also I'm ready to kind of transition away from corporate America and into a nurturing space.
Okay.
Because I'm very much Gemini. So when I'm in workspace, I'm very like hard and dominant and stuff like that. And it's hard to turn it on and off. So I just want to turn it off, and I just want to do mom space and wife space and nurturing space.
Yeah.
So
do you think that your career influenced his decision to be with you? Do you feel like that was something that made him say like, ooh, this girl's hungry, or ooh, she's committed, or ooh, she's dedicated, she's consistent? Some of the things that come along with corporate America, right? Down to the way you dress. Do you think any of those things made him say like, ooh, I really like this woman, and losing that piece of you may change things? Open question.
No, I don't think so, because even once I leave corporate America, I'm not going to leave working.
Yeah.
I am an entrepreneur. I have different things that I'm building too that I can build from home, you know? So I'm never going to stop doing what I'm passionate about. I'm never going to stop that. But I just, in terms of being, you know, reporting to a corporation, it's totally different than if I was just running my business at the house while he does his thing.
Right.
And so I always want to bring value to the family with whatever my skill set is.
Have you thought about what that business would be?
Yeah, I'm actually in the process. I went to school for journalism.
Girl.
I've been a writer.
Keep your shit together.
Yeah, so I'm writing a book right now that I've honestly been writing for a while.
Okay.
So
what's it about?
It's about confidence.
Okay.
And people always ask me all the time, like, how are you so confident? You know what I mean? I get a lot of dissonance and pushback from a lot of people, as we saw on the panel today. A lot of pushback from a lot of people.
I caught a small piece of that. I caught the last 10
it's
minutes.
just like, I don't care. I stand in whatever it is.
Right.
You know,
right.
and so I get a lot of pushback. But when you know, like when your confidence comes from a different type of place, people can't identify with that because people are so broken. Right. And they don't get that. And
I
so
don't disagree
that's
with
that brokenness my kids won't have. Like, I wanted you, you were planned, I planned for you, I prepared for you. I had a plan for you. Yeah. And so it starts there, and then it goes through your upbringing. And majority of people's trauma comes somewhere from that. And they don't realize, they don't want to identify with that. But it's the truth of the matter.
Yeah.
And so oh, absolutely. With one of my good friends who has daddy issues, and the people she chooses, like, I'm not the best pick, okay? But the people she chooses, it's like, girl. But I know that she's choosing them for a certain validation that she didn't get. Right. You know, and even men like I
guess your parents, right? You said your parents were married and...
Well, my parents are divorced now. They're both remarried. Okay. But they both been successfully married for like over 20 years. Okay. So...
how young were you when they separated?
I was 11.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you see...
And I went through some trauma from that.
I was going to say, do you see an impact from that at all in your
for sure.
And do you think that's why you want to lock down the marriage the way that you do? And like you have the plan and you have this like blueprint laid out?
No.
Because I commend you for that. There's not a lot of women that have this idea, this vision of what their life looks like.
What?
They typically they typically don't, and that's why they end up in relationships with the wrong people and et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, but I've been there. I've done that. I've learned from that. Right. And so people want to say, "Oh, you're not getting it right," but it's like I am getting it right because I went there. I did that. I took those risks. I learned those lessons. Yeah. So now I know exactly what it is I'm looking for. Exactly what it is that I want. And I can navigate kind of through that. But
Would
yeah,
you say
my parents divorced.
Helped you manifest this man?
I didn't even manifest this man. This man was a test from God to me. Because
tell me more.
Okay, so my ex-fiance, we've been broken up or on and off for probably like 3 years. And I would always date other people, but I would never stop dating him. He was always the fallback plan because I knew he loved me.
Was it the dick?
The dick was good.
Was it the dick though?
It wasn't the dick. It was that I knew he loved me and I knew he would never leave. Okay. And I knew he would give me eventually what I wanted, and he would always be loyal and be there and even if he was drama and full of lies, he could never get anybody else like me. I settled. He could never get a girl like me. He didn't deserve to even date me.
Oh, so you dated down?
Yeah, I dated down. And a part of me did that for my ego because I was just like, I'm sick of dudes. I'm sick of this. Like this cheating, leaving. And I knew he would never do that. He would never cheat. He would never leave. He would pay the mortgage. He would do whatever I told him to do. He would fall the fucking line, right? But he would still do his bullshit. And I would still have have to deal with that bullshit, right? And I just was like, never ever stop dating him. And then when I met this guy,
how'd you meet him?
We both
You can say Tinder.
No. We both are in a reality TV space, and we met at an event.
Okay.
And when I met him, I was like, he's cool. But when he started courting me, because we were dating, and he saw me dating other people too, and he didn't give a fuck. He didn't care. He just continued to pursue me.
Well, he is Jamaican.
Yeah,
so.
He continued to pursue me. He was like, from so and so day, I seen you, I talked to you, I knew. And I was just like, okay. And so from when he started courting me, I just I felt like it was so right that I just didn't want to jeopardize it in any way. I cut him off. I never cut a guy off. I never cut anybody that I just started dating off.
Right.
For him. I would never cut him off for somebody.
Yeah.
I cut him off. I can't even believe it myself. I don't talk to him. I don't talk to anybody. I can't even believe that. I can't even believe that. Because listen, I got options out here, okay? I have a many people that would do anything for me, right? Okay. But I'm not even entertaining them. I don't even want to.
Okay.
Even out of town.
Okay. What are the 3 qualities of this man that make you drawn to him?
Probably the first one is going to be leadership.
Ooh.
This man is a leader. This man teaches me things every day. Whether he's teaching me something about what's going on.
Does that make you drip drop?
Oh my God. Even the times when I don't like the way that he does it, I still be like, damn. He be checking the fuck out of me often. He'd be like, stop. And I'm like, you're right. I gotta stop.
Drip.
Right? Let me stop. I'm tripping. I know I'm tripping, But my ex would have just let me trip. He would have been like, no. He's like, no.
Right.
You know what I mean? He checks me a lot. He teaches me daily, whether it's about business, about legislation, about sport. He teaches me stuff every single day.
Okay.
And he's also
What's his build?
What's his build?
Yeah.
He's 6'2", light skin, which I do not do. That's another thing, and that's another reason why I didn't jump for him when he first come for me, because I don't date light skin. I want to have brown kids. I always have this thing in my mind. If I get with someone that's light skin, I'm probably going to be the only brown one in the family, right? But I don't even care anymore because I'd rather have a good man, right? But yeah, I was just
let me add that to the list of shit. When I say I heard it all, I didn't because I forgot to add that. I forgot that part. I don't want to be the only dark skin in the family, so I'm not. Okay,
right. I wanted us all to be brown.
Okay.
Right. And I just I can identify with the brown girl's plight. And if my daughter was light, I wouldn't be able to identify with that. I don't know what I can tell you about that because I didn't live that life. But ultimately he can tell her because I don't know. You know what I mean? But I'd rather have a good man than worry about superficial things like that.
I was gonna say so him being who he is, right? Because you mentioned leadership. I want to get the other two because this is important.
Yeah.
For the replay. No, seriously.
Yeah.
What are the other 2 qualities? Because if that made you decide, no, I can have babies with this man. I want to. Yeah. Not I can, but I want to have this man's babies. That's a big deal when you can force. Usually it's
that's crazy. Even me hear you say it. I'm I've thought that in my head, but I've never said it.
Yeah, no, your baby's going to have a hair like this.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. They are. Yeah. But the other 2 things would probably be.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you want babies?
Yes.
How many babies?
The thing is before him, I just wanted 2 sons. I always want to just be the lady of the house.
But now he's sending you girls.
He wants girls. He has a son, and he wants girls.
I love this picture that is so pretty. We're all brown. They're all boys. I'm the only woman in the house.
There's mama, and I'm the queen, and I got my boys. Okay. That's how I always kind of.
Are you going to be able to share that with the multiple girls that he wants?
I know. I'm gonna have to work.
Pretty little light skinned babies with curly hair.
I'm gonna have to work through that. Just kidding. Of course, I love my babies.
When you need me to.
I'm gonna love my babies. They're gonna be the baddest. They're gonna be the baddest. I promise you.
All right.
I'm gonna show you. No, I'm gonna show you. They're gonna be.
You know what they're gonna look like.
I don't know what they're gonna look like. But I'm just telling you, based on this,
is the best shit ever.
Based on this, I'm telling you, he is going to have to get a shotgun because these little girls, They are going to be so bad.
Oh, his eyes are beautiful,
Yeah.
and he's got good hair. Y'all look good.
They're gonna
Y'all
be the
look good
baddest.
together. Y'all look good. He looks well groomed, takes good care of himself. Picture says 1,000 words. Y'all look good together. You do. You absolutely do.
Yeah, that's my baby. No. You want the tea? I ain't got it for you. But stay tuned.
Yeah, no, you're
But
right.
yeah,
you're right.
they're gonna
Yeah, you're
be
not
the
having
little
black
cute-
babies.
No.
No. They're not
They're
gonna be brown.
They might be a
They're
little.
gonna be me.
They could
They're
be.
gonna come out
No,
this
but
color.
they might be a little peanut butter-ish.
Maybe.
They're not gonna
I'm
be
peanut
like
butter
too.
too in the
They're
summer.
not gonna be real light, but
They're
they're
gonna
gonna
be
be. They're gonna be.
Because you're not.
I'm not
heavy,
super
deeply-
dark,
yeah,
right? I'm
no.
like medium dark brown.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So.
Are your grandparents all dark skinned?
On my mom's side, both. But on my dad's side,
They a little lighter.
I have 2 albino aunties that
Oh,
look
you're having
very
a light,
similar
bright baby
to
child.
you. On my dad's side, and his dad is very super tall and light, and his mom is dark and short. He got his mom though; he's dark
Okay.
and short, like his mom. But he's one of 14, and they look like the rainbow. Like there's so many different colors
Okay,
with them. But
okay.
on my mom's side, everybody brown.
Okay.
Her mom, her dad, everybody brown.
Okay.
So.
So you got along with your light skinned cousins or no?
Of course, I didn't even see colorism until I went to
Now,
Howard.
I mean, shit. Now, as we get older, you literally none of that exists until you're like in high school, college.
Not even high school. It wasn't until college because in high
Yeah.
school I went to
Well,
very
now it's high
white school. You know what I mean? So it's like all of us black people, we the black people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then when I went to a black college where we're all black, for some reason humans see the need to segregate themselves.
Yeah, still.
Then it became
Yeah.
more apparent that there's like dark skin, brown skin, light skin. Like that's when I really saw it for real. I was like,
Interesting.
whoa, like.
Okay, give me the other 2 qualities.
Okay, so the other one would be
So
is
first
that
one was leadership.
leadership. The
That's
second
big.
one would be
That's real big.
honesty.
Ooh.
He tells me everything that's going on.
How
He'll
you know
even
he's being honest?
I don't know. I just
Have
feel-
you checked them?
I have.
Okay.
I've double checked.
Okay.
And there's been a situation with somebody that said something, and he literally was like, "Here, gave me his phone. Look through the messages."
Okay.
That never happened.
That's
Look through the
good
messages.
stuff. Have you ever had a man that was that
Stop
honest?
Right there. Stop right there.
What?
He said we're not giving none of these ideas out. We're not.
No. But that's just what he wanted to do, and he literally told me like, "There's nothing anyone will ever be able to tell you that I haven't told you."
No. What I meant was rewind. How did you go about checking? Like on your own, without him telling you, like, I'm being honest with you. How did you go about checking on your own?
I did some stalking. Not real stalking, but I just
So
did
honest.
some internet stalking.
It's the honesty for
I
me.
did some internet stalking. I asked some questions. I asked around a little bit. I got some information.
Okay.
And I also asked poignant questions.
Okay. And so he sounds like
He's very forthcoming.
Okay.
Like he'll even tell me like he'll just tell me everything. Like earlier today, I was at the bar and Shorty came up to me and she was like da 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 da, and I was like da 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 da. I was like, okay, whatever, like everything.
okay.
We're like we're best
good.
friends. Like
good.
something can happen, I'll pick up the phone and be like, guess what just happened, and just start going off about what just happened.
Okay.
Like very
Okay.
open. I share with him the same thing. We share.
Totally open.
I'm totally open.
like how?
I'm totally open. There was one of my
How
cast
naked
members that
are
called
you?
my phone
Okay.
and I put him on speaker.
So how naked
I
are you
let
in your
those
relationship?
conversations-
Has he ever seen you without a wig?
Yes, but not
Has he ever seen you on the
undone.
toilet?
No, not on the toilet.
Have you ever farted?
Of course. He always complains about how I fart in my sleep. He always complains about that.
Those are the 3 tests right there.
Yeah, now he hasn't seen me without a wig, like just take the wig off, but he's seen my natural hair like after I get my hair done.
Right.
Like I get it done, then I let him see it.
Then he sees it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay. What's the third one?
I think
So
the third
leadership,
one,
honesty.
leadership, honesty, and I think the third one would probably be he speaks and plans for us. Like he speaks like about next year and about the year after that and about, oh, I'm gonna take you here, oh, I'm gonna
making
show you
plans.
that, oh, one day you'll see this. Like he speaks in future context with us often about where we will be time from now.
Dope.
And so I think that's a good quality too, because that means he is thinking about that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So I'm
he
just
can foreshadow you in
And
there.
at the beginning I was kind of like, this is too good to be true. Like, what's wrong with him? And I was doing something that my friend's doing now. Like, he's too nice. He's too great. It seems too good. Something has to be wrong with him. It is.
Is it small?
Girl, it's too big.
It's too big.
We haven't even gotten to it yet. So
Right,
I'm like,
right.
sheesh.
Okay. Have you ever seen him on the toilet?
No.
Has he ever farted in front of you? Have you ever seen him looking crazy? I mean, he don't have no hair, so he gets.
I mean,
out.
yeah, he has a low cut, but I mean, yeah. We've both seen each other belligerently drunk.
Okay.
Blacked out drunk.
That was my next question. Have y'all ever been drunk around each other?
We're drunk all the time. We drink a lot together.
Okay.
We like to go out and drink. That's
Okay. Do y'all drink, fuck, and have fun, or do you drink, fight, and fuck?
We drink, have fun, and go to sleep.
Okay. Oh, that's right, because the fucking is to a minimum right now. That's right. Okay, I'm here
Yeah,
for
and we lay around in bed and we talk.
that. Yeah, I'm here for it.
We do a lot of talking. So like I'm just
So have you
giving
picked out your ring yet?
Do
you know
I'm not
what you
gonna
want?
do that this time. I've
Okay.
done that the other times and that didn't go well.
Okay.
Right? So I'm
Do you
not
think
gonna
it's
do
because
that
of
this
that,
time.
or you think it was
Nah,
just
I
because
don't think
of that?
nah, I don't think it's because that's because I picked the wrong people.
Right.
But at
Okay.
least I picked people that were intentional about what they wanted, regardless of what some other people will say. You know.
I'm not gonna.
But
I'm
at
not even
least
gonna
I
pull me
picked
into
some
that.
people that were intentional about
Yeah.
whether it's with you or the next girl, this is the kind of man that I am. And when we go out, we go hard. And then there's weekends where you won't see us at all because we are just in the house. Yeah, so intentionally outside of like planning for our future, things like that, he's actively helping me grow. Like the things that I say I need to work on as a person. We hold each other accountable. Whenever we have arguments, not arguments, but like disagreements, they're so...
Yeah, because you're giving spicy as shit when you're younger.
Yes.
Yeah, you're giving spicy as shit 2 years ago.
Yes, but it also comes from the experience that when I was like that, I wasn't getting the men that I wanted. I was able to walk over them, and they
that's
weren't
so
able to be
unattractive.
who I needed them to be.
Yeah.
And it was like in those moments they were making me happy, cool. But when I really needed them to like be alpha,
Be the man.
they weren't doing that.
Right.
And so it comes from like a combination of both of my parents' experience. Because once both my parents got older, we got really real. Like they told me all the shit.
Okay.
Right? Even my dad was telling
Gave
me
you the
all
tea.
the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what I have been through, college, all of that after that. And then just me getting to know myself more.